Today we have a 2009 Subaru Impreza with a tire monitor system light present. And instead of fixing it the right way, I'm just going to turn the light off. Follow along. Just wedge your fingers back behind here and yank to pull the shroud off. And you're going to find two Phillips head screws right there. Pull those out next. Once your screws are out, you just pull the cluster up. You'll see the one connector in the back. You just squeeze it right there, pop it out, take your cluster out, on to the next process. With your cluster out on the bench, I like to just throw a towel down or something to keep from scratching it. You're going to find these little clips all the way around. You're going to use a screwdriver, pry them until you can get the front face off of the gauge cluster. Just like that. Now with the gauge cluster pulled apart slightly, like that. I'm using a flashlight to show the location of the tire pressure light. We're going to take a screwdriver, a little piece of black tape. We're going to slowly slide it up underneath there and tape off that light so you can't see it. With the screwdriver slid up in there with that piece of tape covering that area right there, I'm going to put a little pressure with my finger and just slide the screwdriver out. Push down ever so slightly. Make sure that piece of tape covers it. Now with my flashlight, see, won't be lighting up. Easy, quick way. Now we're just going to put the gauge cluster back together, reinstall it. To reinstall in the car, we're going to plug back in our one harness. Make sure these two little clips get snapped into the bottom corner there. Then install the two bolts on the top. With the gauge cluster back in, we're going to put the trim back on. There's them 4 clips. They line up in those 2 holes on the top and those 2 on the bottom. Just slide it on, make sure everything's lined up, and push it back in. Once it's all pushed in, you can adjust your steering wheel back up to where you normally have it. Put the key in. And no more tire sensor. Still have my cruise light and any other lights that were there, just not the tire sensor.